Abandinallhope, Joe back with Zero Martial Training. We're now going to be looking at our footwork. So we've already completed the upper body, going through the basics of it, learning the swords, looking at what we focus on, which is joint focus, which will help with a lot of power delivery. And really it actually helps with ease of movement. And when you get used to it, you'll be so glad you learned it, and you'll probably never think of movement the same again. So footwork, the reason why we're going to footwork is because we actually want to show how we're going to deliver even more power on our strikes. But footwork is actually one of the most important aspects of any martial art. Right? We need to be able to stay on our feet. We need to be able to mobile, move around, pick angles. We just need to be able to move. All right. Power comes from ground, like I mentioned before, learned through Wing Chun Kung Fu. So we really want to have some good footwork. We want to be mobile. We want to be strong and stable. So the first thing we're going to look at is balance. So with balance, we can dissect it in a couple different ways. So we'll look at all these three different ways that we're going to look at this. It really makes it simple and gives you a good visual of it. All right, so the first one, we'll just use it from just a normal stance, both shoulder width apart. So it's called triangle of balance. All right, so we put a point through each foot and then connect those lines and then dissect the middle. And then those points all meet up in the front, and then we have a triangle. All right, so this triangle is weak from this way. All right, our feet are this far apart compared to our feet, which are about this at the max, right? So if someone pushes me, I'm easily going to fall. If I get pushed from behind, easily fall. All right, of course, that's when we would step. But let's not look at that at this moment, right? So then we look at the side, we're seeing we're wider. So if someone pushes us, we can shift weight and then push back from either side, of course. Now, if you go wider, you're stronger this way. More weaker or stronger from the front or the back, all right? So that's an important aspect. But the wider your stance gets, the less mobile you get. So you have to pick a balance between strength and movability. All right. So within our footwork, we're going to find a fine balance and work through that, and you'll really understand the difference between the importance of strong and mobile, and then putting it together at the best balance point you can. All right. So the next way we're going to look at balance is what's called rectangle of balance. All right. Or I like to call it the table with two legs. All right. So from the side, we'll just do our basic boxing type stance. All right. So obviously these are two of the legs. And then if we had four legs, of course, they go here and here. So our attack point or our weak point becomes where those other two legs should be. All right. So from here, very weak. From here, very weak. Here, very strong. All right. So when it comes to this is when we want to look at how our opponent's going to come at us, or what we're going to point at our opponent. We want to point our strength. All right. And then we want to take advantage. We want to put ourselves in a position where we're attacking their weak point. All right. So the table with two legs, of course, the table moves because you move. All right. So when you look at it from this way, this is your strength. This is the weakness. So strength, weakness. All right. So attack the weakness, give them your strength. The third way we'll look at balance is what's called a circle of balance. So it's the area that your body can reach before you fall over. All right. So standing up with a good posture is the farthest you can be from falling over. So as I move off to the side, I've reached a tipping point that we will tip over. Right. There's only so far you can go in any direction all the way around where you are eventually just going to fall. All right. So we want to, again, manipulate this and protect ourselves from it. All right. So the way you protect yourself is if you're in a fighting stance, you want to stay tall. All right. You don't want to be reaching when you're striking, stuff like that, because right now you're that much closer to falling over, right? We want to stay nice and postured, nice, strong, tall posture, right? So again, this is the farthest you are from falling. So protect this circle of balance and take advantage of the other person's.